Hello, welcome to another day in old school RuneScape. Today we're going to be leveling agility because we need to get from 53 agility where we are now to 56 agility. So then we'll be able to do the Regicide quest, and then once we do the Regicide quest, we'll be able to do the Gwyneth Glide Barracuda Trials that is part of the sailing skill. So that's the plan. What's up, Mode? You like Falador course better? Not as much Mark of Grace. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know if I did that course yet or not, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll check it out. Thank you for letting me know. So, thank you for subscribing, Mode. I appreciate it. Have a good night. And thank you for watching and interacting. And thank you for wishing me luck on the grind. What's up, research? You're saying stick to Canifis? Yeah, for now I'm gonna stick to Canifis. But who knows? Maybe I'll try the Falador course at some point. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate all the info. And thank you for watching and interacting research. Thank you. I mean, the beauty about this game, Old School RuneScape, is there's so many different ways to play, and people like different areas, you know, and like, so Mode mentioned that, you know, it's really good XP, but not as much, you know, Mark of Grace, and I don't have the, you know, XP rates in front of me or something like that, but let's just say, you know, for example, or in concept, right? If you have a place that has more XP but less marks of grace, and somebody wants more XP but also wants marks of grace, they would choose Falador, right? But if somebody wants more marks of grace and they don't really mind if the XP is a little less, then they would choose Canifis. But I haven't dug into the specifics of both areas, so I don't know if one is lower XP or not. But you know, just as an example, right? Whatever area it may be, and it applies to other skills as well. Like for example, if you're salvaging, and one area gives more XP, but when you go to high alch, or let's say it gets XP, but there's not a lot of like good items to high alch, or you can't high alch the items. But you go to another area and you get maybe not as good XP, but you can high alch the items and you get like good items to high alch and you can make more money, right? So it's like the same similar concept. Yeah, but this is a cool area though. Like it would be it would be a good area to play in on like Halloween or something. What's up, Scott? Soup is doing well. He's over here in my inventory. What's up, Soup? Yeah, my first pet from skilling. Here's the stats. Check them out. Check them out. Of course, you got the 99 wood cutting. Then you got the 91 sailing. You got 76 magic, 76 construction. We're working on the agility now. We got 76 fishing. I still have a lot to learn about the game, but we're enjoying it. So I appreciate all the tips. I appreciate all the info. Even if, you know, somebody, says one thing, but another person disagrees, cool. Great. I want to hear, you know, both, right? um, rune crafting, yeah. Yeah, I gotta work on rune crafting. I also gotta work on farming. That was funny, Scott. Research says all depends on the situation, but if you don't have graceful, yeah, do Canifis. Uh, Higher level courses will make up the XP if you want to be efficient, but you can do what you want. Yeah, of course. Thank you, thank you. And research says a 99 agility valley course. Alright, so let's see what else. There's crafting. Of course, there's ranged. Herblore. Yeah, the rune crafting one was funny. Cooking. Yeah, there's a few. Well, there's a bunch I gotta work on still. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Side here. And then we got this bar up here. And we got the XP floating up there above the head. Falador Rooftop Course. The Falador Rooftop Agility Course is a rooftop course located in eastern Falador, available to players with an agility level of 50. It is preceded by the Canifis Rooftop Course and followed by the Sears Village Rooftop Course.
Level up completed.
Alright, so we are now level 54 agility. One lap from start to start takes roughly 1 minute, making the maximum hourly experience rate approximately 35 experience per hour. Whereas the average rate of experience would lie between 27,000 and 29,100 experience per hour. From levels 50 to 60, agility would take about 295 laps. Okay, that's Felidor. Let's Scott says they said today they are also making a new agility course with 2 diff paths later this year. Oh, nice. Alright. Canifis rooftop course is a rooftop agility course found in Canifis available to players with agility level 40 or above. It is only accessible to players who have completed Priest and Peril quest. It is preceded by Varrock rooftop course and followed by Falador rooftop course. Canifis rooftop agility course should generally earn players roughly 16 to 18 marks per hour, depending on luck. Thank you for congratulating me on the level. I appreciate it. With lap time of 43.8 seconds, it is possible to get around 19,700 agility experience per hour from this course. Fan says, finish graceful at Canifis, you'll get more marks there. Okay. Fan says, or alternatively, when you have the ability to do so, you can do the wilderness course. Good XP and GP. Um, you'd call it safe-ish at best. Well, yeah. Well, so I was gonna bring up like the I've read about the wilderness course and yeah, it's intimidating. Uh, so that's kind of why for now at least, not doing it. click this here and check this out. Thank you for the info, fan. Oh yeah, I appreciate all the knowledge. After I get to level 56 agility, I'm gonna do the Regicide quest, and then I'm gonna do Gwyneth Glide Barracuda Trials. I can't wait to see how the Gale Catcher works that I just put on my skiff. And in between that time, I may do some salvaging. We'll see. But the thing that I got to figure out is what I'll do. You know, what next skill I'll focus on after I get sailing to 99. Scott says, it's crazy looking back at the Canifis course and seeing how little XP again. 10. 11. 175. 10. Fan says I'd highly recommend a bit higher agility as you can do the quest at that level. The failure rate is very high. I regrettably have been putting off sailing, so in that you may possess much more knowledge. So are you saying I should level agility past 56 and then with sailing, um, uh, I mean, there's definitely people that know so much about sailing, and I don't think I know as much as I should because I I got to level 68 sailing with Barracuda Trials, and then the rest I just did like salvaging, and then a mix of salvaging and Barracuda Trials later on. There's people that I've seen with much better. I guess the term would be, you know, there's people that are much more optimal and efficient than I am. Um, so yeah, there's people that know way more than I do at sailing because they have, their, for example, they have, their hulls updated, or they have their hulls at the correct, like they have the correct hulls that they need on top of the correct keels, on top of salvaging hooks, on top of uh, the kegs with the liquids in there that get you like more XP and stuff like that. Like they have their boats and I guess setups, you could say, very well optimized, right? I am not an optimal or efficient player, so I be, I slowly get there and I slowly learn, and I mostly learn through the YouTube chat, through YouTube videos, the wiki, and I learn a lot from the YouTube chat though. So I get so much of my info from the YouTube chat. So I really got to thank everybody in the YouTube chat for all the info, especially when it comes to woodcutting and sailing, uh, because and people will tell me stuff and like I'll remind myself later about it because like the info is good, but I don't implement it right away sometimes because I get really focused on like one spot or one thing because like I said, since I'm not optimal and efficient like other people may be, I don't mind the grind as much, right? But when it makes sense for me, Then I apply that information that I've gathered, if I remember it, of course. Uh, okay, let me. So, fan says. Fan says, but the time investment versus completion just brings some GP to buy food from dwarf below. Scott says, wait, is Regicide the one with the laser gems and that one god awful agility check? I'm not sure. Uh, I'm not adding people in game at the moment. I may in the future, but who knows? But Fan says bottom line, as far as grinds go, the game is what you make of it. Enjoyment is the biggest factor. Everyone has opinions, but the game is yours to play how you see fit. I'm going to subscribe plan. Thank you very much, Fan. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching and interacting. Thank you for all of the information. I appreciate it. Uh, am I getting that right? Fan says also old key held down on Rune Light will allow you to move any of the boxes where you'd like. Oh yeah, I'm aware of that one. Am I getting your name right here? I wanted to have your stats appear here on the thing. Okay. It's no. Looks like a face when you type it, and those are zeros and a 9 up front. Yeah, I don't know. It's what am I do? I don't know. You just changed it? Okay. Still not working for you, Scott? Okay, yeah. All right, let's give this a shot. Capital O's, okay. Yeah, it works. Cool. All right. Thank you, fan. All right, so we got 96 attack, Nice. 100 mining. Well, how does that work? Is that like a booster or something? Virtual levels or something? It's working for you? Okay, cool. Thank you, Scott. 99 fishing, 99 herb lore, 93 magic, 100 crafting, 99 fletching. Whoa. 99 construction, 99 woodcutting virtuals. Okay. 72 sailing. Yeah, sailing is fun. I enjoy sailing. Uh yeah, I just got to figure out what I'm gonna focus on next. It's gonna be I really I mean I thought I had an idea at some points, but I like there's things, that I could do for that are more optimal, right? But I'll take that into consideration, right? Like for example, I could focus on fletching, right? I don't know if that's like the most optimal thing, but since I have 99 wood cutting, would fletching would fletching be beneficial? And then, but then also, I would want to focus on something that would be fun too, right? And yeah, I don't know if fletching is like optimal or not if you have 99 wood cutting, but I feel like from what I remember reading some things in the YouTube chat where people were saying that it would be a good idea to focus on fletching. But yeah, I want to do something that I'm gonna have fun with. Like I want to do something that I'm gonna have fun doing, right? And I really like AFK stuff too. So like fishing, I would probably consider. Um, Farming seems like it might be fun. Uh, there's so much new content. I think you could put it on a dartboard and be satisfied with whatever it lands type deal. Ah, okay. Scott says shooting stars are really AFK for mining. Oh, that's another good. Okay. Yeah, dude. Shooting stars for mining, dude. Yo, you just got me hyped on that. Nice. Is that similar to like the gemstone crabs when it comes to ranged? Is it like a similar concept? Crafting AFK and combat AFK would be gem crab. Okay. Cool. So the gemstone crabs can be used for other things other than ranged. So like if you have like a sword, could you still do the gemstone crabs? I'm guessing since you said combat. How would that work with crafting? What, or did you just mention crafting was its AFK? Also cooking. There's a fletching minigame in Varlamore now. Yeah, I just explored Varlamore the other day. Interesting. Fletching minigame, huh? Hmm. That might make fletching a little more appealing for me, maybe. Totem fletching? Crafting because you'd be accruing gems through kill count. Okay. See, there's so many. Wow. Th wow. Thank you, Finn. Thank you, Scott. Wow. There's so many. That's the amazing thing about this game is there's just so many uh little details, right? So many cool mechanics, so many things to do to learn. Oh man, top notch. It's getting me hyped. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to watch some videos about just like all the skills. And I've watched some in the past, but I gotta rewatch it. Like I'm gonna find a video that like lists all the skills and all of the AFK all AFK things that you can do with those skills. And then I'm gonna see which one seems the most fun to me. You know what I'm thinking about, and I don't know if this is the case. Maybe somehow I just uh, it seems like the skills and quests, and I haven't like I still have a bunch of quests to do, but the skills and quests that I have done, like the skilling and questing that I've done, doesn't seem to rely or require rune crafting as a prerequisite. I think that may be one of the reasons why it's such a low level for me. You'll get there towards mid game. Okay. Fan says questing is your best asset on free XP and game contents unlocks. Worth the time investment. Scott says you need 60 rune crafting to do all the quests. Yeah, I definitely understand that it's good for XP and game content unlocks. I just I have a lot of respect for old school RuneScape quests, but I, in general, on any game that I play, for the most part, don't like either like games other than MMOs. Like I don't like story modes, and then in a lot of MMOs, like I like grinding in MMOs, and like I'll do quests when I need to. And some games, like it makes more sense to do quests. For example, World of Warcraft makes more like it just it makes more sense for me to do the quests. Uh, so I do them. But in a game like old school RuneScape, where it's a sandbox MMORPG, it it it's like less of a want and need for me to do them, right? But I know I know that slowly like I know that slowly I'm doing them and I'm going to have to do them, but I'm like for me it's going to be doing quests in a more like I guess natural way or in my own pace, at my own pace, right? I'm not like really seeking out to do the quests. But like, here's the thing. When I do a quest, like in the beginning, I'm like not really vibing with it that much, right? And this also depends on the quest. But once I start getting towards the middle of the quest, then I start like appreciating it and enjoying it. And then towards the end, I'm like really hyped and I feel like accomplished and like, yeah, I finished the quest. It's kind of a funny thing. Scott says, kind of same for me. Scott says, I don't really like the quests, but I like completing them. Okay. And then Fan says, absolutely. Scott says, like the bosses and the quests I really like. Yeah, like so I don't even think I've done well, I know I haven't done many bosses. And I a lot of the times I'm not even consider sure what's considered a boss or not, but like if I have fought a boss or like a higher monster NPC or whatever, or like let's say it's a I'm fighting a monster that's a part of a quest, right? That I get that like accomplished feeling when I defeat the monster. And I start to appreciate like the mechanics, or like if I find out that there's a safe spot, or I fight mobs or monsters, and they and like and like let's say I'm intimidated, or I'm afraid that a monster is going to kill me, but like I'm fighting it, and I'm like, I have food, and I use my prayer, which I'm still getting used to because I don't use prayer often, but like the protect from melee is something that I found out has a lot of good uses. And then of course I found out about this one the other day, the rapid heal. So and like let's say you go in and you like forget food. Like I think, yeah, when I was doing the underground pass quest, I was so worried that I didn't have food. And I was watching a video about how to complete the underground pass, and in a video they were saying that there were NPCs with food. I was so happy. Fan says the reason I suggest it is the sheer amount of time you'll save knocking out early slow levels lets you bypass a lot of filler content that bridges the gaps. Okay. Um, I only say that because I too feel the same on quests, but I also loathe mundane grinding. And when I could bypass and do content I'll actually enjoy. Okay. Yeah, I get that. I think there's like sometimes somebody might feel like grinding, then somebody might feel like doing a quest, or somebody might feel like raiding, right? Or somebody might feel like doing a game mode, or yeah, or something like uh, I'm blanking on the mode. Oh, like something like one chunk or something. But but the cool thing about the game is like there's a lot of things that you can do within the game that you can do while doing other things. Like you can play the game and like watch a YouTube video. Like it's a really good game to play while doing other things. Fan says I have way too many accounts. I see people doing the thing like I forgot what it's called. I mean, people have mains and then they have uh I forgot what it's called. You guys are gonna have to remind me of the term for it. But they have it set up so they're like a low level on a certain thing, but then a high level on another, like a low level on a certain skill, and then a high level on another skill. So then they can like, but it's like not too high of a level or something like that. So then they can like PvP certain people that they would not be able to if they didn't have it set up like that. Well, there's ults, but there's like, and then you have a specific type. Pures. Yes, that's the word that I was looking for. Thank you. Uh, PK accounts. Yeah. Fan says I chase pets mainly on the main account. Pulled up. Chase pets mainly on the main account. Pulled up at another account that's free to play only and a lot of fun for socializing and YouTubing. Okay. Fan says, but I usually have 3 accounts up and YouTube. Okay. You have you have a lot of mains and irons. Or are you saying people have a lot of mains and irons? And they'll fund the iron through the main or do splits off main when raiding on iron. What's splits? Let's say they pull a twisted bow on the iron. The people they're raiding with also deserve their share of agreed prior to raid. Keeps fair play for all. So, oh, like splitting, I got loot, right? So, Scott said today they Scott said today they said they were going to be making an in-game PvP tutorial person with like different practices to choose from. Really great for people who want to learn how to PK. That is, I don't know if I want to PK, but that is intriguing. If I decide to, I mean that would be useful. That's what splits are, and it's when you do group activities. Yes, loot. Okay. Scott says the guy that you learn from. Scott said the guy that you learn it from is called Pete Care. That's hilarious. I like when they do that sort of stuff in the game. Fan says, well, sir, it was a pleasure meeting you and Scott. I hope to see more progress, but only if you're enjoying the experience. I'm going to head to sleep. Okay, have a good night, fan. Thank you for interacting and watching. And yes, I will make sure to enjoy the experience. Thank you again. Scott says, I'm prob also going to hit the sack as well. Okay. Have a good night, Scott. Thank you for watching and interacting as well. Scott says, hope you get the agility pet tonight. Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, thank you again, Scott. Have a good night as well. Have a good night, Scott.